Hi guys, welcome back to Flick Finesse. Today, we're counting down 12 killer thriller movies you probably haven't seen yet. These are hidden gems, packed with suspense, twists, and mind-bending moments, all streaming right now on Prime, Tubi, and more. If you love thrillers that keep you on the edge of your seat, stick around, because you don't want to miss this list. Number 12. The Surfer. The Surfer is a psychological thriller that feels full of life and a bit wild, like it was written from the heart by a real person. It's the story of a man, simply known as the Surfer, who returns to his old hometown on Australia's stunning coastline. After years in America, he dreams of buying back his childhood beach house, a place filled with memories of past summers and riding the waves. Bringing his teenage son along, he hopes for some father-son bonding, teaching him to surf and have fun. But things go south when he arrives at the beach and clashes with a gang of local surfers, led by Scally, a guy who acts like he and his crew own the entire ocean. These guys aren't just protective of their turf, they get outright aggressive, and what starts as a small slight turns into a creepy game of humiliation and mind tricks. The Surfer, though, doesn't back down easily. He's got too much riding on this trip, with his life already falling apart. Divorce, work stress, and that whole midlife crisis vibe. It's a sharp and gripping ride that dives into obsession, toxic masculinity, and the fight to hold on to something real in a world that's slipping away. Nicolas Cage steals the show, going from quietly desperate to full-on wild. The Aussie beach looks like a postcard, but it quickly feels suffocating, building to a strange, heartfelt showdown. Number 11. The Decline. Antoine is a father. He wants to protect his family, so he joins a survival training camp deep in the snowy woods of Quebec. The camp is run by Alain, a strict and confident leader. He teaches how to build traps, grow food, and shoot guns. Among the group are Francois, Anna, Sebastian, David, Rachel, and Helene, all gathered to prepare for disaster. But during one of the lessons, a sudden accident happens. Panic spreads quickly. Fear of being reported turns survival partners into enemies. The camp becomes divided, and soon the White Forest is filled with betrayal, violence, and blood. For some, it is survival. For others, it is only death. Guillaume Lauren plays Antoine, an ordinary man forced into choices he never wanted. Réal Bosset as Alain is the strong leader whose belief in survival pushes everyone to extremes. Marc-André Grandin as Francois adds intensity and conflict, while Marilyn Castonguay as Anna, Guillaume Cyr as Sébastien, Marc Beaupré as David, and Marie-Eveline Lessard as Rachel all give natural and grounded performances, making the fall of the group feel real. Critics praised the movie for its sharp pacing and cold atmosphere. Some felt it was too simple, but that simplicity made it stronger. No filler, no waste, just a tight survival thriller. The Decline shows clearly, when a crisis comes, nature is harsh, but people can be far more dangerous. Number 10. The Tall Man. In a small, remote mining town, a disturbing mystery surrounds the disappearance of children. Residents speak in hushed tones about a shadowy figure known only as the Tall Man. When tragedy strikes close to home, a nurse finds herself at the center of the story, and what begins as a dark legend quickly grows into a tense personal journey, with danger and uncertainty at every step. The movie starts as a chilling horror mystery, but gradually shifts into thriller and drama territory, mixing suspense with emotional themes about motherhood, sacrifice, and morality. This blending of genres makes the film unusual, sometimes confusing, but also unique, because it refuses to follow the simple path of being just a ghost story or just a horror. Jessica Biel delivers one of her strongest performances, balancing vulnerability with determination. Her character feels layered and unpredictable, which keeps the audience invested. Even when the film changes direction, for some viewers, these twists will be frustrating, but for others, they will make the experience deeper. The Tall Man is not a typical horror. It is part mystery, part drama, and part social commentary, and while it does not fit neatly into one genre, its atmosphere, strong performances, and thought-provoking themes make it worth watching if you prefer stories that are dark, unsettling, and morally complex. Number 9. The Experiment. The Experiment tells about a group of men who sign up for a social study. They split into guards and prisoners for a set number of days. At first, it looks like simple role-play, but soon the balance falls apart. Guards bend the rules, prisoners fight the system, turning the study into a rough battle. The film draws from real psychology tests, shows how power and fear change people fast. Tight setting and closed space build pressure and gloom. The story tests limits of right and wrong, asks what happens when normal folks get too much power over others. Adrian Brody plays a prisoner, adding depth and a shaky feel. Forrest Whitaker as a guard brings tension with his wild edge. Their clash drives the movie and keeps you watching till the end. The Experiment mixes thriller and drama, has solid acting and big themes. Sometimes heavy and tough, it raises questions about control, violence, and human flaws. Can pick it if you like psychology tales, with tight vibes and moral fights. Number 8. Homefront. Homefront tells about Phil Broker, an ex-undercover agent who moves with his young daughter to a quiet town. He seeks peace and a new start, but local criminals spot him quick. Old secrets come back, turning calm life into a survival fight. The movie mixes action with family drama, has tense shootouts, explosive clashes, and hard fights. Focus stays on the father-daughter tie, showing how far a parent goes to shield the kid. Jason Statham plays Broker, brings his tough style, adds some held-back edge. James Franco takes the local bad guy, mixes threat with wild moves. Winona Ryder and Kate Bosworth add depth to the town trouble. Homefront runs as a straight-action thriller, no big surprises, but good pace, solid cast, and real feel make it worth a watch. Can pick it if you like fast tales about revenge and staying alive. The small-town setting feels gritty, with rundown houses and dark alleys, adding to the stakes of each fight. Statham's moves shine in close combat, while Franco's sly grin builds unease. Action scenes hit hard, with quick cuts and loud crashes. Pick it for a night of raw energy, where every punch tells a story. No Tears for the Dead tells about Gon, a skilled but traumatized hitman who works for a Korean-American criminal organization. After a job goes wrong and he accidentally kills an innocent young girl, he is consumed by guilt. His bosses give him one last assignment back in South Korea, the place he left as a child. The target is the deceased girl's mother, Mo Gyeong, and Gon must decide whether to carry out the mission or fight to save her life. The movie blends high-stakes action with crime drama, featuring sharp gunfights, brutal hand-to-hand combat, and intense stakeouts. The focus remains on Gon's inner conflict, exploring how his cold-blooded exterior cracks under the weight of regret. Jang Dong-gun delivers a performance that balances quiet intensity with flashes of raw hurt. Kim Min-hee as the target provides a steady, layered emotional core. The film's supporting cast populates the criminal underworld with memorable allies and adversaries. While not flawless in its pacing, No Tears for the Dead delivers a tense action thriller with a strong emotional undercurrent. Number 6. Black Book. Black Book tells about Rachel Stein, a Jewish singer hiding in Holland during World War II. After her family dies in a brutal attack, she joins the resistance to fight back against the Nazis. Her mission takes her undercover, posing as a spy in a German office, but trust and danger blur fast. What starts as revenge turns into a web of secrets and risks as she digs deeper into enemy lines. The movie mixes war drama with spy thriller, has intense chases, close calls with gunfire, and tense undercover moments. Focus stays on Rachel's tough choices, shows how survival forces a person to adapt and deceive. Carice Van Houten plays Rachel, brings a strong, sharp edge with moments of quiet strain. Sebastian Koch takes the German officer role, adds complexity with his calm power. Supporting cast fills the resistance, with quick shifts from friend to foe. Black Book runs as a bold war thriller, some twists in the plot, but solid pacing, gritty scenes, and real tension make it hold you. Van Houten's grit shines in the role, steady and fierce through the chaos. Script weaves history and betrayal without dragging the details. Fans of wartime intrigue will find strong beats here, mixed with a raw survival edge. Runtime flows steady, builds to a tight finish. Number 5. Vacancy. Vacancy tells about David and Amy, a couple driving through a remote area. After car trouble, they check into a rundown motel. Strange noises and odd behavior start to unsettle them quickly. What seems like a bad night turns into a fight to stay alive as hidden dangers close in. The movie mixes horror with suspense thriller, has dark chases, sudden attacks with knives, and tense hide-and-seek moments. Focus stays on their desperate escape, showing how fear pushes people to the edge. Luke Wilson plays David, brings a tense, worn-out feel with bursts of quick action. Kate Beckinsale as Amy adds a steady, scared edge. Supporting cast fills the motel crew with creepy hints of trouble. Vacancy runs as a tight horror thriller. Few surprises in the setup, but good pace, dark vibes, and real pressure make it grip you. Can pick it if you like scare tales about traps and survival instincts. The motel looks dirty, with dim lights and stained walls, adding chill to every corner. Wilson's panic drives the run, Beckinsale's focus keeps it real. Script keeps the tension tight. No long talks, just action. Fans of motel horror flicks will find solid beats here, mixed with a raw chase feel. Runtime stays short, builds to a hard end. Number 4. The Siege. The Siege starts with Anthony Hubbard, an FBI agent working in New York City. Terrorist attacks hit the streets, forcing him to team up with a CIA officer. What starts as a hunt for bombers turns into a citywide crisis as martial law takes over fast. The movie mixes action with political thriller, has loud explosions, tense chases, and armed standoffs. Focus stays on the agent's tough calls, showing how fear sparks control and conflict. Denzel Washington plays Hubbard, brings a steady, focused edge with bursts of firm action. Annette Bening as the CIA officer adds a cool, secretive vibe. Bruce Willis takes the general role, mixes authority with hard lines. Supporting cast fills the city chaos with quick shifts and trust. The Siege runs as a bold action thriller, some twists in the power play, but good pace, gritty scenes, and real tension make it hold you. Can pick it if you like war on terror tales about security and tough choices. Fans of political action flicks will find strong beats here, mixed with a raw stakes feel. Runtime flows steady, builds to a firm close. Number 3. Margin Call. Margin Call takes place during one long night inside a powerful investment bank. A young analyst discovers troubling data that signals the beginning of a financial collapse. The information quickly rises through the chain, from junior employees to senior executives, each of them forced to decide how far they are willing to go to protect themselves and the company. The movie avoids flashy action, instead focusing on conversations in offices, tense boardroom meetings, and moral debates. Claustrophobic interiors and cold visuals create an atmosphere of pressure and inevitability. As the night goes on, the weight of decisions becomes heavier, and the line between survival and betrayal grows thinner. The cast is strong and balanced. Kevin Spacey plays a weary executive. Jeremy Irons delivers a sharp, intimidating presence. Paul Bettany, Stanley Tucci, and Zachary Quinto all add credibility and realism to the ensemble. The film works more like a stage play, with dialogue carrying most of the intensity. Margin Call is a financial thriller and a drama about greed, responsibility, and collapse. It will not appeal to those looking for speed and action, but for viewers interested in human choices under extreme pressure and moral conflict, this movie can be gripping and thought-provoking. Number 2. Running Scared. Running Scared tells about Joey Gazelle, a low-level mobster who is ordered to get rid of a gun after a violent incident. Instead of destroying it, he hides the weapon, but soon it disappears and falls into the wrong hands. What follows is a long, dangerous night where Joey must track down the gun before both the police and the criminals close in on him and his family. The movie moves at high speed with constant tension and unpredictable turns. Every new location opens a darker chapter, filled with crime, corruption, and survival. The atmosphere is raw, gritty, and violent, showing the underworld without filters and keeping the viewer in suspense. Paul Walker in the main role shows determination and intensity, far from his usual action image. The supporting cast adds menace and chaos, turning even small characters into memorable parts of the story. Running Scared is a crime thriller with elements of neo-noir and chase drama. It is brutal, graphic, and not for everyone, but for viewers who enjoy dark, fast-moving stories with sharp twists, this film delivers a tense and relentless experience. Number 1. Trance. Simon, an art auctioneer in London, is involved in a heist to steal a valuable painting. After a blow to the head during the theft, he wakes with no memory of where he hid the artwork. His criminal partners, led by the intense Frank, grow desperate for answers. Simon enlists a charismatic hypnotherapist, Elizabeth, to unlock his lost memories. As therapy sessions blur the lines between reality and suggestion, the trio's motives intertwine in unexpected ways. Directed by Danny Boyle, Trance is a sleek psychological thriller that trades predictable action for mind-bending tension. Its vibrant visuals, pulsating score, and layered character dynamics create an immersive, disorienting atmosphere, keeping viewers on edge as truths unravel through a haze of memory and deception. And that's it. 12 thrillers you might have missed. Drop a comment with your favorite, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. See you next time.